All right, we're starting this vlog off here today. This is real life for joining me here at the shop. It is Sunday morning. Already did my live this morning. Felt really good. I'm so glad that the Starlink worked. Hallelujah. All right, so just finished helping a couple on their 6th anniversary make a set of intention bead bracelets. Beautiful. I love it. I love getting to actually talk to my customers at this table. Like, it is so nice to hear their story. So that's given me life. By the way, we made this bracelet on the live. Go find, if you're watching on YouTube, there's a little section on the channel. It's called Live. You're going to have to go in there to be able to find it. So as I was sitting there, another customer came in. He was in last week and he found this beautiful little, he didn't know what it was. I'm like, that, my friend, is rose quartz. Rose quartz is a beautiful stone. Some of you guys bought my wrapped, like big puffy hearts. They're completely sold out. And, or you've received it. Sorry, the siren's going. You received it in the mail. I gave a bunch of these away as well. I always like to include little gifts when you guys support me, so thank you. So this little guy here, he didn't know what it was, and I'm like, that, my friend, is rose quartz. Rose quartz is all about love. This one is in the shape of a heart, which is super popular, but you know, it's all about just receiving love and giving love freely. And it doesn't always have to be about romantic love. It can also be about loving yourself, which is the most important, right? Taking care of you, filling up your cup. So we had a nice little discussion about that. And he was so thrilled at this point of his life that he found it, because he kind of had shared with me his personal stories, and he found this. And I'm like, that's amazing. That came to you at the perfect time. You know, love yourself, work on yourself, and the rest, well, the rest will come. So he asked me if I would go ahead and wrap it for him so he could wear it. And I said, absolutely. And he asked me how much it would cost. And I think he had shared with me that, you know, and I'm pretty sure some people were just messing with him. He was, you know, he's a sweet individual. And I think somebody was trying to take advantage of him. But they said, oh my gosh, it'd be probably a couple thousand to get this wrapped, right? Were they just messing with him, just kind of like, you know, to put him off so that he wouldn't come around asking? I don't know. But all I know is I said yes. My tools, where are my tools? There's my tools. I told you I bring them back and forth. I'm building a whole stash for myself, because I keep my tools out there and then I'm going back and forth. So we're going to take some wire. You guys know I love to wrap crystals and things. Hearts are a little more harder, but hey, we can do it. We can do it. So I told him, you know what, friend, for $10, I will wrap that for you and give you the service of the wrapping. And I will put it on a cord for you as well. So I thought I would film this for those of you who are like, how do you wire wrap, Sonia? So we take a piece of wire. In terms of wire, I think this is like what, right around 20 gauge, I feel it is. But what I do is, okay, part of me is like, should I go and explain this to you? He's going to be back in about an hour, so I'm trying to talk and do this all at one time. But I try not to over wrap, but I try to have my wire as thick enough that it needs to be to hold the actual stone. So if that helps, because you don't want your stone, you don't want your wire, just the weight of a crystal, to eventually fall out because the wire just gives way, meaning that it like gets loose. So you want something that's going to be like firm for you, right? So I pretty much find the center of it, and then I do a loop and I twist. And what that does is gives me a guy with a little head, and he's got arms ready to hold the crystal. We love that for us. So now we take the crystal, and we're going to put the crystal right here. So our loop is going to be like right here at the top, right? And then we can put our crystal, or whatever size or whatever way you want. Now we got a loop on the top of a crystal right here. Can you see that? So we're going to push that up here, and then we're just going to take it and intuitively wrap it with the arms of the actual guy. Okay, so he just took an arm and he just put a big old loving wrap right around there. All right, I'm going to go back up. I'm going to circle around there, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to twist it in. It is raining outside. It is beautiful outside. I am a rain lover, especially after a hot week. So basically the arm came around, wrapped around it, went back up to meet the top of the hook, the head, and then I push it down in his neck, okay? Inside that area. Now the other arm that is sticking out, do you see that? There's that right there. So this guy kind of came around and went up. So this guy here's arm. I might want to do him so if one guy is wrapping this way, maybe this guy wants to wrap up and down. So that way it's covered in another direction, you know? So I'm gonna bring this down, probably towards the bottom. I feel like it should be at the bottom, just to keep the tip of the heart. And I'm gonna bring that back up. I'm gonna go around maybe twice. All right, this is kind of where it is right now. All right, then we're going to make a little snip. Then we're going to take that end and we're going to turn it inward towards the neck and push it down, okay? Inside the little turtleneck. It's like the scarf ends get stuck down. All right, so now here's what we have right here. Sweet, right? So I try not to over wrap, meaning that, you know, you want to see your crystal. So I've just learned over time that I like a heavier wire that holds in multiple directions, but doesn't hide your crystal. So that's what I aim for, you know. Now, here's the follow-up trick. So that comes up and down, like that. All right, so on your back, now here's the thing. This is the back side right here, right? So let me find which way these cords or with these wires hang. Now I want to make them to go tighter around the stone. So what I'm going to do is come on the back and I'm going to take my little pinchers. I'm going to get them in place. I'm going to hold on the ends and then I'm going to hold them and I'm going to like pinch them like that. And it tightens the wire. Do you see how that wire got tightened? Nice. So we're gonna do it with the other one. We make sure it comes across the front tight. You can do, this is part of your design. Sometimes I do that as well in the front. It just kind of depends on what I feel is needed. So it's across the back right there. I'm pinching it. Can you see it? Can you see it? We're going to do a little zigzag and I can feel the wire on the edge of the crystal coming tight. And now she's got a zigzag in the back. We took that wire and like the cords and we tightened it really up tight. We put it around it. And actually this guy could put one in the front as well if I really wanted to, because yeah, I think that could be a cool design. So he's coming back soon. He told me, I said, give me an hour and I'll get that ready for you. If I can, I try to wrap jewelry on the spot. He told me he was gonna go get his Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm like, that sounds great. That sounds great. I'm gonna also tighten up the wires in the front. All right, I ran out to get a cord, said black cord. I also see there's another couple out there eyeballing up the beads, so that means I'm probably going to be called into bead duty in just a moment. And it's okay, because I am loving it. So, finish this guy off right here. Here is what he looks like. I just kind of turned the camera off for a minute because I wanted to focus looking down with the wire when you're holding it. So here is the final outcome. But remember, twist, hook, 2 arms. One's gonna hug this way. Maybe it's gonna go around twice and then basically put the scarf around the neck. And then if you do it that way, then you're gonna wanna make the second arm to kind of come down and go up around. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that way, either way, you've kind of got this sort of, yeah, this sort of look. So I've got the cords coming down, I've got the cords coming across, right? So, and then you can do the wiggle. You can do the wiggle, 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 and then on the back you can tighten, you can do the wiggle, but at the end of the day, you want your stone to feel snug inside its scarf. That's what we're going with. We're doing the wiggle and there is no wiggle, so that's what we want. All right, then we take it and we feed it through. If you have a service where you can wire wrap for people, it's really good because a lot of people will find rocks, find crystals. I've done so much wire wrapping here at the shop. And maybe I need to advertise that more. You know, people who know me and come in and be like, hey, can you do this for me again? I'll get repeat customers. So I might start doing that again since I'm kind of always with my bead tools here. All right, I'm gonna make this fit over a jump ring. Give me one moment. Actually, I'll keep you going here. So there is a big, that's the other thing you've got to think about is if you're putting it on a pre-made necklace, like this part was on it, we're gonna pinch it right here, right here, right here. Where is, I'm looking for the jump ring loop. That's all this is a jump ring. I'm going to open it real quick. I'm going to take this apart. They'll never know. Now it just gives me this end right here. So I can put that right through the way I want, right? Yes. See, when you make your own jewelry, you can make it fit. What, my pendant don't fit. That's okay. Take the jump ring off and put it back on, just like that. All right, so this was in here. This is the extension. So at this point, if you really wanted to, you could dangle something really cute, like, I don't know, a little pendant or anything like that. So we take this, jump rings don't ply apart, ply back and forth. Because once you open them, then you can hold them and just put them right back in place again. All right, making sure you're good. You are good. No whammies. Beautiful. Friends, just like that, we have made somebody happy. So I always tell people, because I see it both ways. I see people who say, I'm so sad I lost my favorite stone on the beach. I took a walk and it fell into my pocket. I leaned over a rock to get something out of the water and it fell out. But then I also see the people, and I tell them this. I'm like, you know what? If it's left you, I guarantee you somebody else has found it and it's bringing them joy. And this is an example of that. People finding things that you've lost, and it's like, you know, it could be a sign to them, a sign of joy, just a little nod that, you know what, everything's going to be okay. So in the days of just, you know, some heart crushing, to find a rose quartz heart, and then to be reminded that this is not about loving somebody else. It's also about loving you. Work on you, right? And the rest is history. You can't pour from an empty cup. So this is the time for you to look inward. Anyhow, my friends, look at that. I'm pretty happy with that. And that is the goal, to get the piece of jewelry to the place where I'd be like, I'd be happy to wear that, because then I feel like I did a good job. I did a good service to somebody else, and I did my very best. Look how sweet that is. That's so pretty. So pretty. All right, friends, thanks for joining me today on this quick but fun little chit chat. I am going live in the mornings at 9:30. Go find that if you haven't watched today's live yet. Just scroll back. It was roughly about 9:45 this morning, and we talked for about almost close to an hour. I hung out, made a bracelet. Matt joined me. It was a good time. We're gonna do it again tomorrow. All right, take care, my friends. Happy Sunday. I hope you're cool wherever you are. Do something that brings you joy. Please do.